Hello everyone, MarvelDCFan here with a dual playthrough. Yeah, I'm trying something a little bit different for, some games going forward, for most of the games going forward, but as far as right now, we're going to be doing double playthroughs at the same time. So we got Hulk from yesterday, and now we got this game, which is Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters. Yeah, Green Lantern. What can be said about Green Lantern? I think he's cool. I think Green Lantern's like a cool character. All the various incarnations of him have been, interesting in some sense. So, yeah. And just so you know, at the time of this recording, I am working on the Green Lantern review, so I figured I had another game in mind, but it was just like it was a crossover game, and it was a complicated, like it was just complicated to record and figure out what to do with it for right now. So I just decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just record Green Lantern and just try and see, like, just try and just like an easy game. So we're starting out with Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters as our second DC game. And man, this cutscene here, this fucking cutscene. So the thing about this, like, okay. For some reason, my copy of the game, when I played it, the opening cutscene doesn't work all that well. There's a lot of stuttering, and everything when I was recording this session was just off sync. So I had to resort to using this other intro I recorded for the review. So it was less stuttery, but it's still, like, this cutscene is just weird. It's got so many just issues with it. Even when it runs normally, there's still like you just see the cutscene just tearing itself, like just tons of graphical hiccups and stuff. It makes it almost distracting watching this. But yeah. Also, we got Sinestro with a Gatling gun. That's that's kind of funny, if I'm being honest. So yeah, the story here basically is just, we're at Abinsur's funeral, and now we're getting attacked by the Manhunters, which is basically a group of... It was basically the Guardians' peacekeeping force before... Well, Kilowog just told us, but... Yeah. They were here before the Green Lanterns, they went crazy, and now they're just trying to attack everyone and everything, so... Yeah. So... I thought the game was going to crash right there, to be honest. So for this run, I decided, instead of just doing a new save or whatever the case, that I'd basically just play through my 100% file. This is on my main Xbox profile, so I gotten all the collectibles, I've gotten all the upgrades and stuff, all the constructs, everything is just unlocked. So this is basically just a level run, and I figured if we played it this way, then, we could just go through it quickly, and, it wouldn't be too much of a hassle at all to, to play it, so. Rather than make this game just, harder on myself, just decided, like, we could use a bit of a cakewalk, so. Especially after Super Mario 64. But this right here is basically what the entire game entails. basically, you go to an area, you defeat all the Manhunters that are there, and then you jump to the next area, lather, rinse, repeat. It's not a very complicated game by any means. But yeah. Yeah, there's all types of Manhunters you got to deal with. You got the, like, normal, you know, big enemies. You got the smaller ones, which, I guess, they mainly shoot from a distance. So I think the best way to take care of them is to just shoot them with your, shoot them with the ring energy you have. So, yeah. And you know, we're gonna meet others throughout the game. They'll introduce new types here and there, so we'll see them on a case. We'll see them. So, yeah. So I guess I should talk about my history with Green Lantern, since we usually do that for the first part or so. I remember Green Lantern from, as a kid, I remember him from, like, the Justice League animated series and all that kinds of stuff. It wasn't Hal Jordan, though. It was John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern, who was way better than Hal. Let's be real here. But my interest wouldn't peak until the movie came out, which, of course, this is a tie-in for. And, so yeah, the movie, the movie was fine. I mean, when I first watched it, I really liked it, because I'm a, stupid kid who doesn't know what he didn't really have opinions or so. But as I got older, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I remember the last time I watched it, which was maybe 5 years ago. I don't remember hating it necessarily. So I don't know if it's probably not a dumpster fire like, I don't know, Catwoman is or whatever. It could be, but I'm just not remembering it right. Probably should have watched the movie before playing this, but whatever, fuck it. So back in 2011, it was a whole Green Lantern hype, because, they were doing this DC character who had been established for a long time, and, he's one of the more popular ones besides the Trinity and stuff. So it made sense that a movie would happen at some point. And the fact that, CGI was evolving to what it was, and, it was definitely the time for a Green Lantern movie. But it's just because of, meddling and stuff, and just how the production went, it didn't go according to plan. So, and apparently I heard that this was supposed to be the start of, a cinematic universe. Them trying to ride the coattail, trying to keep up with what Marvel was doing at the time, but, yeah, that didn't work, so, they went along with, Man of Steel a couple years later. That's kind of how it turned out. But yeah, I remember there was a lot of Green Lantern stuff happening around that time specifically. We had the movie. There were animated movies happening. I think Emerald Knight was coming out at that time. I think First Flight was a few years before that. I can't remember if it's 2008 or 2009, but that one was a couple years before the movie. So you had the Emerald Knight movie. You had this along with its video games and all of its merchandise and stuff. And that next year he was getting an animated series helmed by Bruce Timm. So he was there was a lot of hype and a lot of excitement for Green Lantern, which I feel is cool enough as like it's just the thing where Green Lantern to me was always a more kind of underrated DC character among the big hitters. So the fact that he was getting his own time in the sun was really cool. I'm hoping with this new HBO series that there's a bit more of a resurgence with Green Lantern. Hopefully, like they say that the show is basically just going to be, True Detective style, but Green Lantern in space. Hopefully it's just traditional Green Lantern. The image they used was, I think, from Green Lantern Earth 1, so I'm hoping they don't use that as the basis for their TV show. But you never know. I've said before in other videos, but I have faith in James Gunn and what he's doing with this DC universe that he's building. I'm really excited for his Superman movie, and oh, that rock just disappeared. So you might have saw that rock for just a second, but those are just to kind of go back to the game for a sec. Those rocks are basically your collectibles. If you smash those green rocks, they extend your green energy. And what happened? Like if you find 3 of them at a time, then you upgrade your green energy by a little bit. Think of them as like the feathers and the Gorgon eyes from God of War. This is a God of War clone through and through. Even if you say like, oh, it's not like it exactly. There's a lot of like similarities between them. It's almost copy paste. You got the collectibles, which are you collect a certain number of them. You have the overall combat, which is very very much like a God of War game. So yeah, it's there's a lot to draw from, and it's not like this game is bad necessarily. Beep boop. So the reason I did that was because I had to reorganize my constructs. Because the cool thing about constructs in this game is that you have them on both triggers. So if you hold down a trigger and press one of the face buttons, you can activate that certain construct, and you can hold 8 of them at a time. So there's a lot of combinations you can do to fit your playstyle. The way I have it is that I just have like the ring I have on my right. It is the ring blaster on the A button, the hammer on the X button, the bomb on the B button, and then I have just these ball and chains.
Great.
I forget the name of it, but basically it just spins around. If you're cornered by a lot of enemies, this is really useful for like breaking shields and just getting them off your back. So also it's a hard hitting attack too, so it really does deal the damage. On my left trigger, it's like there's a Gatling gun, a mech suit, a baseball bat, which is good for like repelling projectiles back at enemies, and then also there's there's another one I'm forgetting about. Yeah,
I know what to do, Sinestro.
it'll show in the next couple parts. But yeah, there's a ton of combinations you can do. A lot of experimentation with the type of constructs you unlock. So it is super fun to just mess around with what type of things you can do in this game.
Okay, boys, here I go.
But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So for situations like this where there's a lot of enemies in your corner, I would just use like the maces and stuff like that. Because it really does help get them off you. Yeah, there's certain constructs you unlock throughout the game, and then there's other ones you can buy as upgrades and stuff. And I mean, there's some more that I've forgot to mention, like it's a missile launcher. Okay, that's the one I have on the Y button there. There's other ones you can experiment with, like there's this disc thing you can hurl at enemies. There's a fighter jet you can unlock. I'm probably forgetting some others, but yeah, there's a whole number of them you can try, and they are really fun to mess around with and just wreak absolute hell with. No, Kilowog. Man, he took it like a champ.
No.
Don't worry, he's not dead.
Kilowog's down. He needs emergency services.
Rick, forget that, will you? I'm okay. How you doing, Boozer?
Me? I'm fine, but you're the one.
Think you really think
So
a little blast like that could put
So they actually got Ryan Reynolds to come back for the game. I don't know if it was they asked it as just asked him to come voice it, or if it was just part of his contract. It was most likely his contract that brought him to. It was most likely that which got him back. But yeah, this is going to be the end of part 1. Yeah, this was a little longer than I thought it would be, but yeah, it was kind of hard finding a place to cut. But yeah, next time we'll be finishing the first level and seeing what the rest of the game has in store. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share all that fun stuff. If you're new, follow me on my social media, which you can find links for in the description. And go check out my other channels. If you're interested in more Green Lantern content, I'm not sure when this is coming out necessarily, but maybe my review of the game will be out by then, so you can check it. And yeah, anyway, don't forget to, yeah, I forgot I said all that. But anyway, I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.